Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the very first time if you're new here. My name is Rita. So today we're gonna be doing this beautiful summery makeup. I really love this lipstick and I realized that I haven't used it in a long time, so I wanted to pull it out. I feel like it is the perfect peachy spring summer lipstick, so what better time to use it than right now. So anyway, if you want to see how I got this makeup, please keep on watching. As usual, my skin is ready with my skincare and sunscreen, but I do want to add a little extra step of skincare. This is the Hey Honey Good Morning Honey Silk serum. You can use this as an actual kind of like morning serum or also as a primer, which today I'm going to be using kind of like more like a primer side. I'm still going to go for a regular primer, but I don't know, I feel like my skin looks better whenever I have a lot of hydration and it's really prepped for makeup, especially whenever it gets hotter. Although I get more oily, I still have a lot of dry patches around my nose, which is a little complicated, but the better my skin is prepped, the better it's gonna look with all the makeup. So I'm gonna leave it there for a couple of seconds, and then for my primer I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty that I haven't used in a long time. I don't remember why I haven't used it. I kind of like keep using the same ones. This one is the Illumination Primer or Illuminating Primer. It is extremely glowy, but I feel like the best time for me to use this and feel my glowiest is going to be during the summer. So I'm gonna grab probably just one pump, will be more than enough, maybe a little extra. So I did like a pump and a half. That should be sufficient. And I'm gonna concentrate this in the high point of my face, but I'm gonna apply it all over, kind of in those areas. And now I'm just gonna blend it with my fingers. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the same product again. I used it recently in a past video, but I really can't get away with this. This is the Tower 28 Sunny Days. I believe this is like a tinted sunscreen. It's not really considered like a foundation, but I just call it foundation for, you know, for the sake of it. That's how we're using it, and that's how much I use, and that's enough for my full face. And this product I like to apply with my fingers. I feel like it just goes on better applied this way. It is very easy to work with. It melts into your skin really beautifully. And if you are looking for a product that is going to be easy to wear and is going to look beautiful with very minimal coverage, because this is of course very minimal coverage, I highly recommend you check this one out. It is from the most affordable pricing at Sephora, but you can only find it at Sephora. I'm pretty sure that's where I got mine. But yeah, it is just a beautiful product. And then once it's applied, just to make sure that there's no harsh lines from my fingers, I literally just pat down a brush. Although I apply a ton of makeup and there's gonna be a lot of steps in this process, I feel like for the actual foundation base during the summer and the hotter months, I want it to be as lightweight as possible. So now let's move on with corrector. I'm still using my Tarte Under Eye Corrector. Mine's in the shade Light Medium, and I like to use this to basically cover the purple bluish veins on my under eyes. So then after this, I go with my regular concealer, but for now, this helps a lot to counteract that purpleness. Let's move on with concealer, and I'm gonna be using two of them. So the Born This Way by Too Faced and the Overachiever by Huda Beauty. This one I like to use kind of like on the inner corner and up here. And then for the corner right here of my eye, I like to use the Huda Beauty, because that one gives me a better color match that will work better for the way my white patches are looking right now. So that's around how much I'll use there, and then just a little bit of the Huda Beauty one just on this side to kind of like color match to the rest of my face. And then with this same Huda Beauty, I'm going to add a little bit of this product around my nose for some redness, and then down here for the same discoloration. And for this, I'm gonna be using the first brush that I used. This one is by Rose Inc. Let's move on to powder, and I've been back with the Charlotte Tilbury. especially in the areas where I need a little more color. So underneath my eyes and here on the side of my eye, that's kind of like where I need the most pigment. So that's where I deposit the majority of the product, but of course everywhere where I used my concealer. Now let's go ahead and contour. I'm gonna be using the Macchiato bronzer by Fenty. I don't think like a lot of people talk about this anymore since there's been so many contour or like cream bronzers coming out lately, but I honestly love this. And this shade specifically, the Macchiato shade, it's such a beautiful shade for me to give a little more definition and do a bit of a light contour. For bronzer, I'm gonna be using this beautiful one by Becca. This one is in the shade Sunrise Waves. Unfortunately, you can't get any more, but honestly, any very glowy bronzer that you have is going to be perfect for the summer. That's why I like to bust this one out during the summer, because it is super glowy. It kind of mixes bronzer with their highlighters on the very corners, so it just gives you a beautiful glowy bronze that I absolutely love. And I'm going to use this kind of like in the same areas where I contoured, but I do like to bring it more into my the center of my face, kind of like where my nose will get some sun. Such a beautiful product. I'm so upset it got discontinued. Speaking of glow, let's move on with my highlighter, which I absolutely love. This one by Rare Beauty in the shade Flaunt. It looks super dark on the component, but it's just a stunner once you apply it. So it is very, very beautiful. You can see how pretty and shiny that is. And I'm going to use this, you know, in the normal areas where I would normally highlight. So in the high point of my face. And I've been liking to add a little bit here on my chin, just whatever is left. But the majority of the product is going to be on top of my cheeks, on top of my nose and forehead. Just like everyone else, I'm all about the cream product during the summer, and this one is a super intense bright blush by Tower 28. This one is in the shade Happy Hour, and it is very pigmented. So I am literally grabbing just a little bit of this and then putting it on the back of my hand just to ensure that I don't end up with a ton of product. And I go directly into my cheeks after that. Like always, I like to add a little bit of product on the top of my nose just to kind of like create that illusion of just stepping into the sun. And you know, whenever you're starting to get the little tan and you start to get a little bit red, you always get a lot of color right on the bridge of your nose. Before I start with the eyeshadows, I am just adding a little bit of the brow freeze to have this work and freeze my brows while I do the rest of my eyes. So I just added with the same product that I'm going to be using after that, so the Brow Lift by Charlotte Tilbury. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using two products. I'm going to be using the Oyster Pearl Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury, which is the more taupey. I thought since my shirt today is taupe, I would go for this one. And I'm going to complement it with the Natasha Denona The Mini Nude Palette. So I like to apply this usually directly with my finger, or if I have more time, which I do have right now time, I can just blend with a flat shader brush. So I just added a little bit on my finger and I'm gonna distribute the product with the same finger. So I'm just gonna start blending in, and as you can tell, it is a very beautiful, very easy to apply product. That's why I love this product, Eyes to Mesmerize. And then I'm just going to blend it with this brush by Fenty. I feel like I haven't used black eyeliner in a long time, so it is a little bit harsh for me. So what I'm going to be doing is just going to add a little bit of a line with an eyeshadow. It's always softer and I feel like it doesn't look as harsh as an actual black eyeliner. I don't remember the last time I used black eyeliner. So I'll just go ahead and do that instead, and I'm just using a just random black eyeshadow that I grabbed from my drawer. I'm leaving the lower lash line as is. I'm not gonna add any eyeshadow, but of course we do need inner corner highlight. So that's when the Mini Nude Palette is gonna come in. I'm going to add this middle shade, which is a beautiful, very sparkly, more vanilla-ish shadow. and just in the inner corner. I just can never skip this step. It's my favorite. And now to finish up, we're just going to go for mascara. I'm gonna apply tons of mascara. This is my favorite currently and probably ever, the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. So I'll coat my lashes and then we can move on with the eyebrows. I went on and finished my brows, and of course I had a ton of mascara. I used for my brows the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift. I've been using this for months at this point. I love it. It is my favorite brow product that I've tried in a very long time. And as soon as this is over or done, I will definitely repurchase. I love it so much. So now for lipstick. I am not entirely sure what I wanted to use, but I think I'm going to go for Stoned Rose. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. It is this beautiful peachy shade and I definitely love it for spring and summer. It is super stunning, and this is in the Kissing formula. All done with the makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like always, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Just hit this little red button and be sure to also hit the bell so you get notified every time that I post. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!